Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian own nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. We always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault episode. Definitely excited about doing this episode. This one in particular it's going to be interesting because so many people ask about secured party creditor. If you don't know what SPC stands for, it stands for secured party creditor. We've had a lot of conversations about this throughout the years. Many people have asked about this topic throughout the years. So we're going to go ahead and get straight to SPC versus trustee. Uh, Interesting topic to say the least. But we always want to say thank you everybody for tuning in live, listening, replay for sure, everybody. But when we talk about in particular the SPC versus the trustee, this is where it gets very, very much so nitty gritty, where people have filed documents. So many people still to this day are coming to the vault saying that they filed some documents. They tried to do the SPC process. It didn't go through. They didn't do it all the way. What do you think the percentage is that it's not working? Oh, wow. So let's just give it the 80/20 rule. The 80/20, if you don't know what the 80/20 rule is, Google it. The Pareto principle says of what you're doing is going to give you 80% of the results. 20% of the people that are doing that stuff are getting 80% of the results. And 80% of the people that are doing it are not. Think about it. Most people that are engaged in the world are not even doing SPC. So even when you do SPC, it has to be a specific way of getting it done. What about trusteeship? It's the same exact thing. It's getting things done in a trustee manner, in a fiduciary manner. So now let's move forward with this whole SPC versus the trustee thing today. This has been a long awaited topic where people are saying, okay, Trust Christian, Var, you always talk about the SPC process. I'm going to the SPC. I'm going to I'm going over here to wherever we going to different places to learn about. It's not always the discharge. I just need to own my name. SPC lets me control my name. It lets me own my name. It lets nobody have a lien out on my name. It lets nobody take out a lien out on my name. I got first lien hold position against my name. Non-trustee conversation. That's all personal. So it should be secured personal creditor, right? Not secured party creditor. It should be called secured personal creditor. You're trying to secure some personal property, right? Because as a trustee, you don't own it. As trust Christian, don't have to control everything. You don't own it. As a trustee, you don't own anything. But as a secured party creditor, oh man, I'm a secured party creditor. So if somebody come in and try to use my name without my permission, if they try to use my signature, if they try to use my logo, if they try to use my what they say, it's not always a form of identity theft, but somehow somebody using it. It's like, well, if it's not identity theft, how is it not somebody using it? If somebody's using it, it's called identity theft, ladies and gentlemen. Did y'all know that? Did these fools over the internet tell you how simple is that? Nah, they didn't tell me that it's called identity theft. They just told me that, you know, and they gonna sell me a 2 to 3 thousand, a 5,000 to 8,000, over $10,000 package for a secure party creditor package over the internet, or I gotta go through the university or wherever. I gotta go through some college or some wherever secure party central to what? To learn what? I'm secure party. Okay, I'm a secure party. But what is that going to do for you in trusteeship when you still thinking like an employee? Because when you in trusteeship, you got to think like an entrepreneur. When you in trusteeship, you got to think like an investor. That's what you got to think. As a trustee, you're thinking about managing assets. As a secured party creditor, we're not saying that you don't think about managing assets, but who's the owner truly of the assets? Who's the owner? Oh, well, my big name is in control of my little name, or my little name's in control of my big name, and somehow one name's in control of the other name, but really I'm in control of both. Conversation that we're having with people when they talk about this secure party stuff, man, you putting it too simple. I don't really want it to be that simple because it seems like it's a pretty elaborate process. It's pretty elaborate. It's gonna cost me thousands of dollars to get done. Hopefully, I can do the cheap ski and get it for less than $1,000 over the internet. Is that how it works? Hopefully I can get it for the cheapski over the internet. Oh, so you want to get it for the cheapski over the internet? Okay. But what about trusteeship? Does that come with a cost? Well, yeah, trusteeship costs more even than secured party creditor. SPC, because I already know SPC. That's gonna secure my car. That's gonna secure the name. It's like, well, that's it. Y'all act like they promising y'all to make y'all money or something. You act like the gurus on the internet are promising you to make you money with the SPC. Oh, well, if you go SPC, you're gonna make some money. That's not true. They say, oh, it's not for some money. It's not for you to just discharge everything and never do anything. So then what is it for? Is it for business? Is it for commerce? Is it for the name? Well, you could do it for everything. You could do it for anything because it deals with the contract and it deals with the name. That's fair. So we talk about who owns it. Who's the beneficiary of that name? Are you the beneficiary of that name? Oh man, because it's in the public trust. SPCs now. You entrust in SPC? Are they entrusting SPC? Oh, I'm entrusting SPC because I went and I got control of the birth certificate. Y'all think we didn't hear that one? We heard that one. Oh well, I got control of the birth certificate. I got a stamp on it. I got it authenticated. Trust Christian. I'm almost through with this process. I almost got the whole process done with the whole authenticating the birth certificate. So what is that supposed to mean? Who owns the birth certificate? That's why we talked about in the last episode. Who owns the body then? Is it trust property? You have to understand what that implies when you say that a trust owns a piece of body. Can you put your can you put your dog in a trust? Yes. Can you put a dog in a trust? Yes. We're not giving legal advice or financial advice on this episode, so we gotta make that very clear. We'll do that early on in this episode. This goes for nunk pro tunk for the whole beginning of the episode. This is not legal advice or financial advice. Point being is, if it's not that, and we just having a conversation about what? About people putting their dog in a trust and having, when they pass away before their dog still has like a dog house and has a butler, has somebody giving it food. People do things like that. Wealthy people do. They don't just give their dogs away. They don't just bury the dogs with them. They might have their dog set up in a trust fund. Then you can put your dog in a trust fund. Rich people do it all the time. Just Google it. And that's where we are. People putting their pets inside of trust. But hold on. If they put their pet inside of a trust, does that mean they're a trustee? So then why would they be a secured party creditor of the pet? They're not. But then they got this cult movement out here saying, "Oh, well, you should be control of your name that you were birthed with in the way that's spelled out." Oh, really? That's how we moving now. Where is that in trusteeship, or is that you just managing it naked? Do you have a restricted signature? What signature are you signing with? As a SPC, what are you signing with? Oh, I'm signing with all rights reserved. That's fair. That's fair. All rights reserved. Hey, but how many people are restricting their signature on everything they do on the SPC side? We don't see it. They coming over to the vault, asking the vault for what they can do. They don't just say, "Oh, we went here, we did this, we googled that, and now we understand what SPC is really about." People come to the vault all the time, especially when they get in trustee training. They always ask that question, like, "All right, man, please tell me, what is the SPC like going to be in the training? How does that relate to what I'm doing? I'm already moving. I got the birth certificate done. I'm thinking about doing this, blah 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 blah." And you just be like, "Well, if you go through the training, the emphasis is focused on contract law. What's SPC? Contract. There you go. By default, you're going to learn how to go in there and do whatever type of SPC you think about doing for anything, whatever business it is, whatever it is. Specifically for business, too. We just had a workshop earlier this year in 2020 in March where it was about, um, you know, when we're talking about the secure party creditor and the creditor, even you can use secure party creditor for mergers and acquisitions because it shows a statement of a debt owed or some type of legal encumbrance. When you all look at it, it shows that there's a debt encumbrance. It shows that there is a some type of financial obligation, usually a contractual obligation, between these two particular different individuals, because that's what it usually has to be. So even when we get it from the perspective that these guys are talking about it from, who we talking about? The guys over the internet, they're talking that stuff. It's just like, well, they're talking that stuff. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about people literally saying you're gonna have your name on another your name, and it just and it makes no sense because in all actuality, in the business environment, there'll never be two of one company. There'll only be one. Even though some people might have a name in another state, another country, it gets to a point where one name is going to be bigger than the other, and one's going to have domain over that name. The other ones, they're just lucky they can still use it. If they're in a smaller market, if they build a reputation, the bigger company may not win the court case in standing. But when you look around, you're not going to see that happen too often. So when you even see that happen with the SPC, it's just like you guys look like you don't know what you're doing. Oh, is it better for a business or family entity or something like that to own my name? Look, think about it. If we're talking about whether it's secure party or trusteeship, we got to talk about the fact that there is just some property involved. Once we talk about the fact that there's property involved, then we can talk about everything else. A lot of the times, people in a secure party creditor position, they're talking about their birth certificate. It's a piece of paper. They're trying to say that there's some type of legal QSIP number on it and all this other stuff. You hear this stuff floating on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna hurt you. I promise you. It's gonna hurt you. Why? Oh man, trust Christian Vault. Why are you saying it like that? Cause we don't talk about that type of stuff behind closed doors at the vault. We're not talking about monetizing your birth certificate. We're not talking about that. We're talking about building businesses and having multiple streams of income and being skilled at what you do and passing on generational wealth. Not through some type of government reimbursement because they may have hypothecated off of a name or some type of something that has been into the marketplace. That's fine. If they do that, that's fine. But what did you do for yourself? What did you do for your family? How about that? That's trusteeship. That's trusteeship. What'd you do for yourself? What'd you do for your family? The secure party creditor, it sounds like it's trying to be some get back at the government. Oh, well, the government, they started doing this and started doing that. But what did you do? What if you never did anything? Would they have any power? What happened when you went out and built a business? Would they have any power? What happens when you become a trustee and you're not in the public? Do they have any power? You're right, Trust Christian Revolt. That's true. They don't. Right. So focus on the power. Where's the power? Is it SPC or is it versus the trustee? We already know. The power is in trusteeship. Always has been, always will be. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listen to replay. This is the Vault. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listen to replay. We're gonna be bringing an episode here with the flyer for the event. We're working on finishing up some small details, but we're pretty much good to go, ladies and gentlemen, for the event. Y'all can go ahead and book it in your calendar for August 6th. We're going to be doing the workshop on August 6th. Look forward to hearing from y'all. Christian at trustchristian.com. We'll be posting the flyer here in the next day or so before the next 7 days. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live. Christian at trustchristian.com for the flyer. Peace.